series con psicólogos o psiquiatras. 8. The Sopranos.
Could have been a cry for help.
Aren't you listening? He did cry for help. It's lucky I came home and heard him.
I meant the botched attempt. On some level, he may have known that the rope was too long to keep him submerged.
I could just be a fucking idiot. Historically, that's been the case. Me and Carl were getting along so good, too. My father and his panic attacks. My fucking demented uncle. Not to mention the other one, Eckley the fucking retard.
You think there are other reasons why your son is so unhappy?
He's got the world by the balls. Every fucking advantage. And he hits one little pothole, he goes in hysterics. Yeah, I know. No, I'm not taking the rap. Not completely. She coddled him, his mother. I said it before. Every little problem, she's right there to pick him up and wipe off his tears on her apron strings.
Children need to feel safe.
I'm sure that made him into the man he is today.
Are you ashamed of him?
Yeah, actually, I am. Howard's way out. You know what they call it?
I think whoever said that didn't understand depression. But you do, don't you?
Siete.
I want you to pick a point
Love
out on
and
the
death.
wall. Focus on it. Now take a deep breath. Feel in your chest. Good. Slowly let the air out, completely emptying your lungs. Very good. Again, deep breath in. Slowly let the air out, completely emptying the lungs. Everything here is safe. Calm. Peaceful. As you relax, your eyes may feel heavy and want to close. That's okay. Let them drift and fall. Listen to your body. You are in complete control of this time.
You really think this will help?
I have no idea. It can't hurt. We're going to go back to June 13, when you went into Betty Gore's utility room. When I snap my fingers, you will begin re-experiencing and relating that time as you go through it. 1, 2, 3. What's happening, Candy? You can tell me. When I reach the count of 3, your thoughts and your feelings will get stronger and stronger. Stronger and stronger and stronger. So strong you will have to verbalize them and express them. 1, 2, so strong you will have to get them out. 3, let them out. What's that you're feeling, Candy?
Hate.
Okay. You hate her. Express your feelings. Stronger and stronger.
I hate her.
Say it loud.
I hate her.
Louder.
I hate her. She's ruined my whole life. Look at this. I hate her.
When I count to 3, I want you to go back in time to to when she's shoving you. You're in the utility room and she's shoving you. Just relax.
Tell me
Hannibal.
about your mother.
Some lazy psychiatry, Dr. Lecter. Low-hanging fruit.
I suspect that fruit is on a high branch. Very difficult to reach.
So is my mother. Never knew her.
An interesting place to start.
Tell me about your mother. Let's start there.
Both my parents died when I was very young. The proverbial orphan until I was adopted by my uncle Robertus when I was 16.
You have orphan in common with Abigail Hobbs.
I think we'll discover you and I have a great deal in common with Abigail. She's already demonstrated an aptitude for the psychological.
Something so foreign about family. Like an ill-fitting suit. I never connected to the concept.
You created a family for yourself.
Yeah, I connected a family of strays. And thank you for feeding them while I was away.
I was referring to Abigail. Tell me about the Turner family. Were they affluent, well-to-do?
Oh, they lived like they had money.
Did your family have money, Will?
And we were poor. I followed my father from the boatyards of Biloxi and Greenville to lake boats on Erie.
Always the new boy at school, always the stranger.
Always.
What grudge was Mrs. Turner's killer harboring against her?
Motherhood.
Not motherhood, a perversion of it. A modified Buddha noir?
5.
At all. It had
The
nothing to do
Undoing.
with us. Or you.
Bullshit!
Here we go.
So what was it about then? Just sex?
If I had a clue, I wouldn't be here paying these criminally high rates.
We are paying these criminally high
That's
rates.
just a bit deflective, isn't it, Joseph? Is it possible that you were drawn to the secret of it all? Maybe more than you were to this other man, Dennis? The affair got to be yours alone. Michael couldn't know about it, so he couldn't micromanage it.
I don't think that's it.
I'm sorry, are we keeping you from something?
I apologize. This is my son's school. It is programmed for emergencies only, so I do have to take it. Now, you said that you knew Dennis when you were single, but you never had sex with him then.
I wasn't even attracted to him then.
No one was attracted to him. He's not attractive.
Exactly. Then what changed? Part of the thrill of adultery is that it exists in the shadow of a primary relationship. It's the clandestine part of it that provides much of the erotic jolt. Could that have been it here? The lie? What about the fear of getting caught? Maybe you wanted to get caught.
Why would I want that?
To show Michael that he can't control you after all. I think this is more about Michael and your marriage than it is about this other man.
He doesn't always love when other people are right.
So you wanted to get caught.
I think I better check on him.
4. The Crowded Room.
Would you like to sit down? I brought you some new clothes.
Fresh air. It's been a few days since I've had some fresh air.
How are you feeling today?
Quite well. Although I don't think you're that kind of doctor. Are you, doctor? Show me a sane man and I will cure him for you.
Carl Jung.
I always referred him to Freud.
I didn't notice your accent last time we spoke. Are you English?
I like to consider myself a citizen of the world.
I was hoping to get a better sense of the case. Biographical details, family history.
Don't you find all of that tell me about your childhood nonsense rather tedious? I know that I do. No offense.
None taken. I just thought that it might help the defense give context to what happened in Midtown.
Well, the two of them are just misguided children. And no one was seriously hurt, correct?
The two of them. Obviously, you're very smart, so I can only assume that you wanted me to catch that. You're not Danny, are you?
Are you sure we're not on the wrong sides of the desk, Doctor? I'm not sure how to say this to you, but you do sound rather mad.
Jack,
At your service.
where's Danny?
He's here. He's asleep, but he's here. And before you try to convince me that this is some sort of psychological condition, let me assure you that I am very real.
How is that possible?
Do you understand quantum entanglement?
I'm not familiar with it, no.
It's an emerging theory in particle physics. It suggests that separation is not what we believe it to be. The idea that two particles can share characteristics without being at the
Tres. The shrink next door.
You're welcome.
Marty, does it know I'm here? I'd like to keep it private.
Sure. What do you want to talk about?
I think we both know that.
Marty.
I know. You'll think I'm overprotective. I always say he's my fourth child.
But he's not a child. And he's not your child. He's a grown man. Maybe you don't give him enough credit.
Maybe not. But I do know what's right. And a therapist throwing a bar mitzvah for a patient is not normal. And a therapist coming to a patient's place of business is not normal. There needs to be boundaries.
Says the woman who calls my rabbi and comes to my office to snoop on me. How's that for boundaries? You know, I'm actually glad you came, Phyllis. Because while you're concerned for your brother, I'm concerned for you.
Me?
Yes, you. You've lost both your parents. You're going through a divorce, and yet you come here because you're worried about Marty. My question is, who worries about Phyllis? Who looks after Phyllis? For once in your life, why don't you put yourself first? Something tells me you don't get the chance to talk about yourself very often.
That's true. I don't.
So let's forget about Marty. Let's talk about you. Tell me again, what's your ex-husband's name?
Daniel.
Daniel. Okay. Do I have permission to call him Prick?
You do.
So what about the Prick?
You know, I looked after his parents. I gave him a family. I invested everything in him while my own business suffered.
Dos.
Should we start? Why
Shrinking.
don't you come all the way here when we can just talk at home? Sean, my notebook's here. Dig a little deeper?
Nah.
I'm sorry, that's totally my fault for making that sound like a question. I meant to go down at the end. Let's dig a little deeper. Sean, we haven't talked at all about your time in Afghanistan.
I ain't gonna lie, Jimmy. I've been feeling pretty fucking good. Okay? Like, why would we fuck with that?
That's my job, dude. I got a degree in fucking with that. From the University of All Up in Your Business. It's actually a junior college. I'll stop. Look, we can't run from this forever.
Not yet.
Okay,
Thank you.
we'll get there. No pressure. See you at home, man.
Hi.